Ooh, okay. We are connected. Yay. I'm going to wait just a few more seconds. We're having some connectivity uh, issues this morning, but we'll get back on track. So, welcome. Go ahead and get yourself settled in. For today, like most days, you will need some sort of cushion, whether that's a pillow, meditation cushion. I've got a little gardening mat with me from time to time. You could use a rolled up blanket, really just anything that's going to help to support you whenever we're going through the meditations or when we're in those seated positions today. We're going to be looking at a very restorative practice today and just talking about honoring the time and the transition that we're in. So, we're going to honor the seasons of change. And with that comes this whole idea of transformation and letting things go. And we're going to dive deeper into all of Scorpio season next week. And we'll take kind of a closer look of the tarot of that and more of the themes. But since we're just one day into it, we're still sort of in that phase of integrating what Libra season left us with, which is this sort of feeling and lesson of balance and how we can move that into this time of transformation. So, again, before we dive too deep, let's just take a look at some of these surface things that we can notice. So, we're a part of nature. And if we take a look at nature around us and what's happening currently, we're in the Northern Hemisphere. That's where I'm at currently. So we are going through this season of moving from summer into fall or into autumn. And when you get into Scorpio season, like you're kind of really getting into the change where you're seeing that the leaves may start to change. They're already falling off. Here in Central Texas, we've gone through a bit of a temperature change as well. So, just within the last 24 hours, we've had a 30-degree difference in temperature change. So, we can feel that from another, not just using our sight, but from that feeling of touch, we can feel that change happening too. So I'd like for us to keep that in our hearts and in our minds today as we move through this practice, honoring some of the discomfort of change that may pop up. And the rest of it is being able to accept the change that's happening and sort of the liberation that comes from, okay, if things are changing, maybe I don't need to hold on to all of these things anymore. Maybe there are some things that I can let go and trust that that's just going to be composted or that's going to be new fuel, new motivation, new creativity, new ideas that I've got that will come up again or will be in alignment when they make sense. And if not, I'm just leaving them behind and they don't need to be with me on this next phase of my journey and just trusting that. So that's where we'll be for today. So I'd like to take a moment now just to gather yourself, gather your thoughts, connect to your body a bit. So bring yourself sitting down onto your mat, just in a cross leg position. And take a moment here. You can use a blanket if you'd like, or if you have your cushion, if you want to go ahead and do that, depending on how tight your hips have been feeling lately. Just take a moment to get centered and grounded. So bring that gaze inward. Let the eyelids just fall closed. Let everything else from the day or the week just fall away. all of the to-do lists, all of the roles and identities that we move through. Take a moment now to connect to the breath, focusing on deepening that inhale. Maybe some of the deepest breaths that you've taken all week. And feeling that release, feeling the relaxation of the exhale, really pushing out all of that tension, all of that stagnant energy that may be living in the belly. The deeper we allow ourselves to focus on the internal, on our body, our mind, our spirit, what's happening in this moment, we are more easily able to let everything else externally fall away. So, as you're anchoring yourself to your breath now, focusing on the rise and fall, focusing on how the breath is inhabiting the body, the areas where it shows up, the areas where it provides expansion, the areas where it's providing a bit of release and softening. Also, begin to focus on the other senses. So, visually, our gaze is on the inside of the eyelids, but maybe there is a certain color that you can see there. Focusing on our sensation of taste, I invite you, if you feel that it's necessary, to bring a swallow in to help relax the neck, relax the jaw, relax the lips. Focus on anything that you may hear in your space. So, besides the sound of my voice, you should hear the sound of your breath. Again, internally moving through the body. And take a moment to find one other sound that may be present in your space. Still expanding with every inhale, relaxing with every exhale. Notice the temperature in the room. Notice the sensation of your clothes against your skin. And now start to bring that focus of touch on the areas of the body that are connected to the ground here. Which areas are your foundation? So it may be the side of your foot, maybe an ankle, a shin, a calf, Maybe the sit bones under your bum. You can always do a little adjusting if you want to pull out those fleshy parts so you get a better connection there. Wherever those areas are, now use those to push back against the earth, creating a stable foundation so that the rest of the posture can rise. So, by rising here, we're lengthening up through the spine. So, from the base of the spine all the way up through the crown of the head. Again, we can partner with the breath here. So, with each inhale, you can feel the ribs widen out to the side, creating some more expansion. On the exhale, we can lengthen one vertebrae at a time, allowing more space to come into the chest as we lift and open. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the neck, relaxing the muscles on the face, but still getting that lift. So almost as if someone was pulling a string. It's going from the base of the spine all the way up through the crown of the head. Noticing how this posture feels in the body at this moment. Does the open chest feel safe? Does it feel vulnerable? Without judgment, just curiosity, noticing where you're at in this moment during this season of change. As we move into Scorpio season, this is a water sign, which means lots of emotions, lots of feels, lots of transformation, lots of fluidity. So when we're focused on change here, knowing what you know about yourself, where are those places where that fluidity may get stuck when it comes to change? Still keeping that gaze inward. Take the time now to focus on one quality that you can embody that will help to more easily facilitate your changing at this time, a quality that you can anchor onto. Take a moment in your mind's eye to hand write that quality on your favorite color post it and just stick it into the inside of your forehead. Your practice today will be to embody this quality as an anchor. On your next inhale, bring the shoulders up towards the ears. On the exhale, roll them down and back so that they sit just a little bit lower than before. From here, begin rubbing the hands together briskly at heart center. Still focusing on that post-it, on that quality at the third eye. I'm going to seal that intention with a bit of heat and activating energy today. And when you are satisfied that you've sealed that intention in, go ahead and find stillness at heart center, pressing the palms together. Just a little bit of pressure. Feeling the knuckles of the thumb against the sternum. Here now we tune in with all of our guides, everyone who came before us, everyone who has already traveled this journey towards self-mastery. May their wisdom help guide us today, and may we also recognize that this wisdom already exists inside of us. So we'll chant 3 times Ong Namo Gurudev Namo, letting that divine energy turn ignorance into wisdom. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply. Suspend the breath. Apply Mulban. So squeeze the anal sphincter, the sex organs. Pull that energy upwards. Visualize it spiraling all the way from the base of the spine up through the crown of your head, cleansing as it goes. Before it's uncomfortable, exhale slowly through the nose. Let the hands come down either to the tops of the knees in Gyan Mudra, so index finger and thumb touch here. Or if you need a bit more grounding energy, just let your hands rest on the ground. Again, keeping that gaze at the third eye. Take a moment just to witness the space that you've created. Practice in this moment, again, connecting to the breath, connecting to the body. Doing a quick scan and noticing where you still may be hanging on to a bit of tension. And celebrating tiny victories of where you may have already created a bit of expansion just simply by vibrating and projecting your own voice. Very good. When you're ready, you can blink your eyes open. You can come off of any cushion or blanket you may have had. We'll move into our warm-ups now. Going to bring yourself to standing. So slowly as you need to. You don't want to create any dizziness today. You want to be really gentle with ourselves. And so what we'll be doing, get you a better angle here. There we go. What we'll be doing is a little bit of forward bends and just getting some stretch in the legs here. So we'll start as a little bit of a 5-pointed star. On the inhale, we'll be up. On the exhale, we're going to take opposite hand to opposite foot. Just get a little bit of a bend, a little bit of a stretch. Inhaling back up, exhaling down. Giving as much bend in the knees as you need. And really focusing on hinging from the hips here. So moving forward and feeling that bend. You want to ground through all 4 corners of the legs and through the feet. Engaging the inner thighs, engaging the glutes as we bend over. Support ourselves there. Just getting some flexibility. Again, being as gentle as you need to. Maybe you're not even going down to your feet today. That's okay. Maybe we just go down to the knees. Be really compassionate with yourself. It's just you against yourself. You're not competing against anyone else. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Notice how it feels to stand on your own 2 feet right now. Very good. We'll do one more on each side. When you're ready, you'll just come back up. Reach those arms out wide for that inhale. Exhale. Let the hands come down onto the hips here. Keep those feet spread as wide as the hips, or maybe a little bit wider, depending on what you need. We're going to begin rotating the hips forward on the inhale, backwards on the exhale. Just getting a little bit of movement in there, going as slow or as fast as you need. You can choose any direction because we're going to switch it up in just a moment. Don't worry about it too much. I will give you the cue when it's time. Stay anchored to that breath. Still inhaling on your way forward, exhaling on the way back. If the mind is already beginning to wander, just stay connected more to that breath. Focus on strengthening your connection there. On your next exhale, take a moment to pause and then begin rotating in the opposite direction. Still inhaling forward, exhaling back. Maybe getting a little bit curious about how this side may be different. The right side of the body is the side of the self. Left side is the side of others. So maybe noticing where we're more fluid, noticing where we're more rigid or tense or protecting. Again, without judgment, just curiosity, just observing. Very good. Okay, slowly begin to make those circles smaller and smaller until you reach a neutral space at center. Inhale the arms up over the head. Bring the palms together as you exhale. Hands at the center of the chest. Okay. This last quick warm up that we're going to do, this is called breath of joy. And so we talk about breath of fire quite a bit in Kundalini. This one's going to be a little bit different. So essentially, we're going to tie the body and the breath together to invite some big release sort of at the end. So what it's going to look like is 3 sips of inhale and then 1 big exhale. And it goes like this. So we're going to inhale, bring the hands up over the head. Inhale, bring the arms down. Inhale again, bring the arms up over the head. Exhale, fold all the way down as powerfully and forcefully as you would like. Again, being mindful of your pacing and keeping the eyes open because we don't want to fall. We don't want to create any sort of dizziness. But this is what it would look like all together. So try it with me now. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale. In, out. In, out. Let that exhale be really powerful. Get everything out that you've been hanging on to, all of those emotions, all of those protections, everything else can just fall away right now. It's just you against yourself. Very good. Inhale. Bring the arms up overhead. Exhale. Let them slowly come down to the sides. Just palms facing out. Take a moment. Keep the bend in the knee. Let the gaze come inward and upward to the third eye. Maybe looking at that post-it again. Maybe just open to receive. Again, witness the space that you've created. Notice how your body feels. Feel that life pumping through you. Let the breath do whatever it would like. No need to control it or partner with it at the moment. Very good. Okay, from here, take a few moments just to rotate the feet around the ankles, rotate the hands around the wrists, get a little bit of flexing in the leg, maybe shake it out, maybe move the knees. We're going to just give our body any sort of last minute love before we come back down into seated cross-leg position. So again, I'll adjust one more time. Whenever you're ready, let yourself come down into seated. A little bit of water. Again, since we're in a water season, we are shedding our skin. And if we think about, again, nature and snakes, for example, they need water to shed their skin. So how can you stay hydrated? How can you give yourself that purity, the water during the season? Okay, so cross leg once again. Allow the hands to come to the tops of the shoulders now. We're going to open up that heart center a little bit more here, okay? So twisting from the ribs, letting those elbows stay lifted and parallel. Twisting to the left on the inhale, twisting to the right on the exhale. Be very gentle with yourself here. Just tiny twists. You don't want to pull or overextend here. Maybe the more that you move, the more you start to feel a little bit of snap, crackle, pop. Maybe your body's opening up a little bit more. That's totally fine. Go with whatever your movement is. If you feel any type of joint or nerve pain, though, know where that line is for your body. You don't want to push into any painful areas. Inhale at center. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. The hands come down again to the tops of the knees, either in Gyan Mudra, index finger touching the thumb, or hands down to the ground, if that's what's needed for you at this moment. Final warm up here. Take the nose and begin drawing circles. The end of your nose, rotating the neck, inhaling as you rotate up, exhale as you rotate down. Again, any direction. I will cue you when it's time to move to the other side. And as we move through this, how can you keep the muscles on the face relaxed? How can you keep the shoulders relaxed? How can you recognize in this moment there is no need to protect or defend? There's no need to have up those walls. Your next exhale, take a moment to pause and then begin rotating in the opposite direction. Still inhaling up, exhaling on the way down. We've moved a lot of the body already today, so you may have those thoughts coming up. You may have that fluidity already finding its way to your mind. So again, how can we connect to this moment, this breath, and allow it to anchor us instead of just going along with the thoughts of the mind? Slowly begin to make your circles smaller and smaller until you find a neutral space at center. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Very good. The legs come out in front of you. Take a moment now just to, again, connect to this moment, connect to your body. Feel all the different areas of your legs, your calves, your feet, your knees. Take a moment to create a bit of a love letter to your body. Thanking your legs for all the places it has carried you today and this week and through this last season of change. Notice how your touch feels too. Does your touch want to be soft and gentle? Do you want to get maybe some drumming out? Whatever's going to feel nice to your body. Very good. Okay, whenever you're ready, go ahead and bring yourself into rock pose. And this is one of our favorites. We're gonna return to Sat Kriya today. Again, as we're moving through change, as we're taking those lessons from Libra season, we're trying to find the balance between what is changing out here all around me. And in our reality, there's a lot that's in flux. There's a lot of unknowns, a lot of things that we cannot control. And on the other side of that, what's changing in me? What's being called to shift? What's being called to let go? What's being called to make an upgrade for the relationships in my life? So aside from everything externally, in Sat Kriya, we can connect to ourselves and our truth. And on a physical level, it works on all of this lower triangle stuff. So again, we're in this water season. We want to work through those lower chakras. We want to make sure our foundation is set. We want to make sure our creativity is where it's going to be able to be free flowing and come up with new ways of existing in the world. And then be able to use that willpower to take action on the things that we'd like to see happen. So Sat Kriya, we have many videos on this, but a quick lesson is sitting up on the heels. If you have tight knees like myself, you can give yourself a little cushion. The hands are going to be raised up over the head. The fingertips are interlaced. Thumbs can go any direction that feel most comfortable to you. Index fingers pointed up. So the arms are lifted up over the head, arms squeezing near the ears. Those elbows are locked into place. That same yogi posture we had earlier, that lifted chest, exposed chest, chin slightly down and back, gaze is at the third eye, and we chant Sat Nam. It sounds like but mom. And when you chant the Sat, you feel that punch in the belly there. The Nam will take care of itself. Let this mantra anchor you. Check in with your Post-it if you need more help. We'll be here for 3 minutes. Begin. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam. Continue going. You have 1 minute left. Notice where your foundation is. Notice where you're hanging on to a lot of tension. See if there's a better way to support yourself through this posture. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam. Quick exhale. Deep inhale. Suspend the breath. Apply Mulban. So squeeze up with the anal sphincter, with the sex organs. Visualize that energy spiraling from the base of the spine all the way up to the heart center, through the crown of the head, even up through the fingertips. Exhale slowly through the nose or the arms. Sweep down. Slowly. Let yourself come off of the heels slowly. In your posture of choice now for a short rest, if possible, keep that gaze inward. Witness the space you've created. Okay, when you're ready, you can blink your eyes open. It's going to be it for the kriya today. So all of those punches, when we hit that sut, sends these vibrations through our entire body. It gives the internal a little bit of that massage too, same as the massage we were giving to our legs. So move on to the meditation. You want to, again, get your blanket, or if you have a meditation cushion, anything else that's going to help keep you comfy during this breathing meditation. So we're going to, again, return to another favorite, meditation for a calm heart. And this one is great to do when we are moving through any types of big decisions, any types of change, because it utilizes the box breath and it works on suspending breath. It works on our judgment. It works on our discernment. It works on trusting ourselves and knowing where our balance is and where our limit is. So the way that the breath will work here is that we will inhale from the diaphragm, from the belly, as deep as possible. So we're inhaling up. When we get to the top, we will suspend it and lift the chest just slightly. So you inhale, and this is the box, you suspend it. So you're just hanging out. It's like being in a hot air balloon or just standing on a balcony. You're simply just suspending and observing and relaxing. And then we're going to exhale the breath all the way out. So all the way through the belly, really feel that navel point and that belly button really push in all of that stagnant air. And then again, we're going to suspend, just hang out, just notice, just relax the body where we can until your body tells you, okay, time to inhale again. And we'll just move through the air, suspend, exhale, suspend, inhale, and go through that way. And you really learn where your cues are of how much you can take and how much needs to go through. And then we have an added mudra here. So the left hand will be supporting the heart. The right hand is in Gyan Mudra, so index and thumb tips touch. Rest of the fingers come up like a pledge, and this arm is just resting at the side. It's like a pledge to yourself and a pledge almost like you're sending out. The gaze is at the third eye, and we will begin here. As you move through the sequence, know if you get thrown off for any reason, you can always just begin again with the next breath. Also, know that you're not here to prove anything to anyone. So, we don't need to hold the breath in like we're trying to break a record. We're here to be more connected with our authentic selves, not who we are when we're posturing or trying to look cool, trying to look tough. But knowing our own boundaries, our own limitations, and being confident and secure in where those lines are. How can you make better acquaintances with where your lines are today? Okay, inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Let the hands come down. Take a moment here just to rest. Let the breath do whatever it would like. We're going to be here for 1 minute and then we're going to go into one more round of that meditation. Very good. Okay, let's get back into that meditation with all that you've discovered, all that you've connected with today. Get back on board, anchoring ourselves with this box breath, really allowing ourselves to relax during those suspensions. Inhaling deeply. Continue with that breathing. Be here for 2 more minutes. And I will offer this prayer to you on honoring transformation as you breathe. Thank you for this beautiful day of changing. My shell is shifting, my skin shedding, and I'm uncomfortable with what is leaving me. Help me find the language to describe the discarding, the bearing of my branches. Bring understanding so I can welcome what is coming. When I am unsure about how to go forward, help me prepare for my new stage. Help me trust that I will love myself through it. When the time is optimum, encourage me to let go of what has passed. Ease me through the other side and set me down delicately to fully embody my more me form. Clear me of any blockages that stop the flow of goodness from me and the flow of goodness to me. I thank you for this day of change. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And bring yourself now lying down onto your mat for deep relaxation as we take a moment to balance ourselves from all the work that we've put in today, to move into rest, to integrate that work at the cellular level. Maybe you're getting cozy with a blanket. Maybe you're not. Totally up to you. Just let yourself come lying down onto your back. Let your feet spread as wide as your mat. Let the arms fall away from the sides of the body. Palms facing up. Let the shoulders fall away from the ears. Relax the tops of the feet, the ankles, calves, knees and thighs. Relax the hips. As you relax the breath, relax the belly, relax the lower back, relax the rib cage and the shoulder blades, and feel yourself melting deeper into your support. Relax the arms, relax the elbows, relax the wrists and the hands. Once more, bring those shoulders away from the ears as you relax them. Relax the neck. Relax the jaw so there's space between the teeth. Relax the lips, the muscles on the face. The eyes behind the eyelids, brow, forehead, scalp are all at ease as your head rests gently against the floor. Allow yourself now to rest as the ground supports you. As your body heals its 3 trillion plus cells circulating through your body. Slowly begin to deepen your breath as you return back to your body in this moment in time and space. Begin to invite tiny movements into your fingertips and toes. Begin to circle the hands around the wrists and the feet around the ankles in all directions. On the next inhale, bring the feet together, bring the arms up overhead for a full body stretch. Just like you're waking up in the morning. On your next exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Slowly. Maybe give yourself a hug. Rock from side to side a little bit. Give that lower back some love. Lengthening through the spine. Giving little signals to the kidneys and the adrenals that we are okay. We're safe. We are not in fight or flight at the moment. From here, begin to rub together briskly the palms of the hands, the soles of the feet. Rub the tongue along the roof of the mouth, creating some more healing and activating energy as we focus on the body's meridian points and energy centers. And from here, depending on how you're feeling, you can either rock and roll along the spine at least 3 times to come to seated, or you can simply turn yourself over, lift yourself up with one arm, and find your way back to seated. So we will conclude today's practice with focusing on seasons of change, on honoring transformation. Taking a moment again, check back in with that post-it note from earlier. What is that one quality anchoring you to move fluidly and freely through change? How can you honor that quality as a gift to yourself and to those around you during this season? So with that quality in mind, we will send that out by singing the long time sunshine song twice for our own peace and blessings. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And inhale to sing. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Sa Um, May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be holistically in union, mind, body, spirit, to gracefully and fluidly move through this season of change, transformation, and letting go. Satnam. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. As I said previously, we will continue to work on honoring change and honoring transformation through this Scorpio season. We'll have a more detailed breakdown for you next week on the tarot of Scorpio. So you can check me out here, same time, same place, or on demand at any time because technology in the future. So go ahead and stay subscribed if you're interested. Send this to a friend or family member who could use it if they need, and stay up to date with Buck to Basics through the website, Instagram, or Facebook. I'll see you next time. Bye.